Hello and welcome to the Pixelated Realms Gamescast, your guide through the digital landscape, unlocking the latest and greatest in video game fun. I'm your host, Tyler Slarnell, and alongside me is my co-host, Dustin. Dustin, how are you doing today?
What up? I'm sweaty and tired.
Yeah, all right. Well, that is life in summer in California, I will say. We're back this week. Thanks for everyone for your patience. Well, we didn't post on Tuesday this time. We'll post this Thursday morning. That's just how the dice crumbled or how the cookie crumbled and the dice rolled this week. Yeah, but there's a lot of gaming news to talk about, so I want to talk about that. Silksong, they announced the price of that, which you should definitely wait till later to hear what the price of that is. Also, when it's going to be releasing, which is a lot sooner than you might think. What other things are there to talk about, Dustin?
How I'm going to reiterate again that I don't think it's going to match expectations, but I do think the price makes that a lot is going to make that a lot easier to swallow.
Yeah,
It's pretty
okay,
fairly
that's fair.
priced. So
Yeah, and then oh yeah, there's some Call of Duty kind of stuff coming out. I hear there might be a film, so we'll talk about that a little bit.
yeah, that'll be cool. Live action, Paramount sign a deal. So we'll see.
Well,
I
cool.
mean,
All right.
so
Well,
hit or miss with live
yeah, and
action
then
gaming.
I mean, it's a gamble. It's an absolute gamble. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll hit some questions, and then we'll wrap it up for today. So we'll have to dive in like we usually do here. What have you been playing lately, Dustin?
I'm disappointed to say that I just got sidetracked and haven't beaten Stellar Blade yet. I got to the final boss.
Oh, it's been such a journey.
Yeah, I got to the final boss, and then I tried it like a handful of times and I didn't win. And then I was just like, I'll come back to this. And then now it's been like 3 weeks and I haven't gone back
The
to it.
final boss, you got to just like that's the kicker. You got to just like look it
I know,
up.
but
You know, just look up
I
like
did the same thing. I
recommendations.
did the same thing with Elden Ring. I never beat the last boss in Elden Ring. I got
In
all the way to the
Skyrim,
very end. No,
in Elden
in
Ring. I don't know why I thought Elder Scrolls.
yeah, no, and I got to the final boss and I just never beat it because I again like I died 10 times and I was like, I ain't got time for this shit. I'm fucking over it.
I'm
I'll
trying to
just
think
tell
of like
people I beat it.
let us know down in the comments a boss that you got to a game that you got to the last boss in that like you didn't complete. I'm trying to think of any game like I would get to the last boss in. I think I did that in Final Fantasy 9 the first time. I don't know.
I do think that like Stellar Blade though could be like really challenging. What kind of sucks is like the first 5-ish bosses like Alpha and Natibas and that like they kind of gave me a little trouble. There's one in like the sand area. I forgot what it's called now. It took me like a handful of tries. It's pretty challenging, and then like you finally beat it. You're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, luck, a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, and then like the last I don't know 6 bosses I played, I one shot them all, like one shot each
Hmm.
one, like first try. I was like, dope, I got this game down. And then I got to Providence because of the path I chose, I fought Providence instead of the Elder Nativa. And yeah,
Okay.
dude, he's just been like fucking me up.
Do
I've got him
you have
to
a
like
way of going back and
50%.
like okay. Can you go back and like grind levels or like gain like
No, I'm
upgrades?
pretty much maxed out. Um, I even got like the secret area because I maxed out my rep with like not even purposely. I was purposely trying to do as many quests as I could before I'm moving on
No.
in areas, and so there was only a handful that were like really grindy ones. Like you got to catch like 20 different fish, and I was like, yeah, fuck that, I don't want to do that shit. But like I'd say I completed like 95% of the quests. So yeah, I got like unlocked like a secret area where you go to like basically like you're part of the squadron, and then you find an engineer who's alive like in the first third of the game who you save kind of, and she becomes your engineer, but she's also from like the colony in space. And yeah, like you max out her rep, and then you get to go to like her secret area on a part of the game. So that's cool. I'll go back and beat it for sure. I wanna I wanna get it done because I wanna play Wu Chang.
Oh,
And
yeah.
my other buddy, who's like, I was like, he was kind of upset because he like had to admit, and I've never played it, so I don't know. but he was like, I hate to say it, guys, but Black Myth Wukong is pretty fucking good.
So
So
wait,
he's
is it the
been
same
playing it.
developer or like?
No, but I'm just talking about like games that are supposed to be challenging. But like Black Myth is supposed to be like on Elden Ring, like Dark Souls level, where I feel like Stellar Blade probably can be if you're playing it on the most difficult level. I've just been playing it on story mode because I don't give a fuck. I just want to play it. Yeah, exactly, 100%. Like I don't have time to sit there and like I have the time, I just don't have the patience, and I don't care that much about patting myself on the back about beating it on a harder difficulty. I just want to enjoy the game.
I mean, that's why you replay games, right? You go back and play it on a harder difficulty. Then it means you really enjoyed the game.
Yeah, yeah, and I might go back because I mean, there's definitely lots of you know, three really great things to bring you back to Starblade. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, gonna try to beat it here in the next couple weeks so I can dive into some new stuff. What about you?
Nice. Yeah, so for me, let's see here. I've been kind of like hopping between games. I kind of going in and out of phases. Like I was kind of like trying to play some Warhammer games, and then I was like, nah, I don't know about that. So I was going over to like shooters, and then I was like, I don't know about that. So I ended up it's just funny, have you ever like had like a game that you wanted to buy, but you always see it on sale on Steam, but then like when you go to buy it, it's never on sale. Like that always that's happened to me like a million times.
Not a ton, but there has been games where I just like Stellar Blade, for instance, where I was like,
Yeah.
it's been out a fucking year and it's still not on sale. Like, well, just go on sale. Like, I
Well,
ended up finally getting on sale, but yeah, it took forever.
yeah, but well, Company of Heroes 3, it's that Relic Studios RTS like World War II game. It like it came out, it was a really rough like launch of a game, and like the community really hated it because Company of Heroes 2 was so good. And so basically I didn't buy it, and then it went on sale like 50% off like a year later, and I was like, "Oh, I should really pick it up." But then every time I wanted to play it, like it wasn't on sale. So eventually this weekend it was on sale on Labor Day, and I was like, yes. And I was in a World War II mood. So I was like, all right, I will buy it and play it. Because you gotta have
Yes.
like the patience to sit there and care about like invading Italy in this game. So like yeah, I bought it and I've played like a good handful of hours, and it's really 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 good. So I'm like super impressed, and despite all the like negative reviews that came out about it like in the beginning and the launch, like it feels like it's one of those things where it's like this competitive multiplayer base is really the group of people who are like producing these negative reviews of this game, and like to anyone who's not a competitive player, it just doesn't matter. It still seemed like a perfectly acceptable game and really really fun game to me. So yeah, I've been really enjoying playing that. Even though it's not game related, I've been watching Alien Earth. That's fucking phenomenal. If you like sci-fi, I definitely recommend checking out Alien Earth. Are you an Alien fan at all?
Now, I just had like, I was kind of like, I had like a lot of nightmares as a kid. So anything like that was like kind of like scary to me. I was like, I avoided it. And then I've just never like gravitated towards it as an adult, even though, I don't have like that problem anymore. But like, yeah, I mean, I've seen like Aliens, I've seen the movie, and like, I don't know. I don't know if it's the same thing, same universe, but
Well, yeah, it is. It is.
so
I mean, the first movies, they're all very different. The first movie is particularly like amazing, like the sound effects and the acting and the
that's what
like,
Sigourney
especially the
Weaver, right?
set. Yeah, Sigourney Weaver. The first three have her in it, and but it's Ridley Scott, so it's all very like atmospheric, and like the sound design's incredible, the music's incredible, the way like their decision making and like being out in space, like it's all just very very well done. Number two is James Cameron, and that is Aliens, and he just gives everyone he's like, I just want to fucking space marines, we're going in, we're gonna kill some fucking xenomorph. Like literally
Yeah.
the first movie only has one xenomorph in it, the second movie has like dozens, and they're all just like, get some, get some. So, and then like the
Want
third one goes
some?
off the
Get
hinges.
some.
Literally, all these like super famous quotes come from that movie because they're just like, God, yeah. the Space Marines, like that was like the James Cameron dude. He's wild. So yeah, Alien Earth though, it's on like Hulu, Disney. It's super super good.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else have I been playing though? I was trying to play some Hollow Knight, although I will say
71,000 concurrent people broke the record for OG Hollow Knight this the past couple days because people are so excited about the new one.
I mean, I gotta say I was digging it like once I got into it a little bit, but like here's my gripe with these kind of games. Like it's it's a Metrovania roguelike. No, what yeah, Metrovania roguelike, and it doesn't explain anything, and that's fine. But like I don't feel like it added anything by not explaining it to me. So like I'll just give you an example. Like you don't start with the store, right? You have to like run around a little bit and find someone in the corner of some, part of the game. And find once you meet them, you go back to the hometown and you have a store. And like I'm like that's cool. Like I that's great and all, but like I don't know if it's like super enchanting to me as a game mechanic. I don't know. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, these games they're amazing and they're a lot deeper than just something as silly as that, but like and I guess it's just part of the growth mechanic of like feeling like you've progressed in some way. But yeah, it's a really deep game and it demands that you like go and explore it, yourself. I really hope my cat doesn't knock over the light right now. All right.
I actually watched Howl's Moving Castle, by the way. Speaking of
Oh
Calcifer,
my gosh! Wow, yeah.
I mean, I've seen it
For
before. It's my favorite movie, but from that
it's your
from
favorite
Ghibli,
movie?
from
Oh,
Studio Ghibli. But
yeah. For context, my cats are named Calcifer and Sophie after the characters from Howl's Moving Castle. Yeah, isn't that
may
film
all your
amazing?
bacon burn.
May all your bacon burn. It's funny though because like the ending of that film is really abrupt. Like I love the beginning of it. Like the first third is like some of my favorite filmmaking of all time. Maybe like first like 66%. But then that last third it's like starts to like derail a little bit, like literally, but this isn't a critique video of Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, I will say that they never explicitly explain how her curse gets broken.
Power of love.
Yeah, I mean, like, you kind of see it. Small tangent here, guys. When Hal tells her that he has something worth like protecting now, I don't think
Yeah.
from that point on she ever goes back to being old again. I think she pretty much stays young from there on out. Or it's either that or when she gives Calcifer her hair to like try to
Wasn't the
save Hal.
spell like self-inflicted anyway, like in the sense that like her own image of herself was what was causing it or something like that? Like
I don't
it
know.
was,
I mean,
and
the
they
Witch of the
cured her
Waste
self-image
obviously.
problem.
The Witch of the Waste obviously cursed her, but that's another odd thing because throughout the
Yeah,
film, like her age
she transforms
changes.
back. Yeah,
Yeah, like it's going back and forth, like to where it's like she's like 40 to like 90 to like her normal age, and it just like fluctuates. And again, it never really talks about why that
well,
happens.
she goes between being her regular self and being old when she's not conscious, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
when
it's
she's
just like
sleeping,
part of
she's
the
definitely
magic.
young.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, there's other parts where she's like middle aged, which is kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah, like if you look that when they first transform the house again to her old home or the hat shop, and like she's
Yeah.
in the bedroom with Hal and like with the presents, she's like middle aged right there. Like she has gray hair, but she's probably like in her 40s, and that
Oh,
happens a couple times.
she just has gray hair though. I
No,
think that's
no,
just her.
well, no, her hair
Yeah.
is black in the beginning of the film.
But yeah, her hair just turns gray though.
Yeah, it stays gray,
Yeah,
but I
like
mean,
his
like
hair.
you can tell. Watch, like look
Yeah,
it
okay,
up,
we'll go back.
look it up.
Moral of the story is go watch Howl's Moving Castle if you haven't.
Yeah, it's very good.
Cool. Yeah, so let's dig into the Silksong news a little bit. So if you haven't heard, they announced it's Feel Good Studios. Can you look this up for me?
Silksong Studio.
It's Feel Good. Feel chill something.
Shit. I don't know. It says developer Team Cherry.
Team Cherry, that's right. I was like completely wrong. Okay, fantastic. So Team Cherry announced that Silksong's going to be $20. So this game took 7 years to make. Took 7 years to make. It was started as a DLC. It's supposedly so big that it's a whole game now, and it's $20. What do you
Well,
think?
it'll probably sell at least 10 million copies, I think, because it's so hype. And that, so what is that? 20 million
But they
or
could
10
charge
million?
$40 and they can make that 10 million times two.
That's true. That's true. But I don't know. I don't actually know if they would. I think they'd lose a lot of sales at 40 because I think that there's so much excitement around the game that
Mm-hmm.
people who I think they're like kind of hoping for the Elden Ring effect, right? Like Elden Ring brought in a lot of people for the first time into that like pain fucking style gaming. What I forgot the exact name of that genre is. What's it called?
It's like punishing, like
Yeah, I don't know, like,
hardcore.
you know,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what word you're searching for there.
but yeah, like Elden Ring brought people into that genre for the first time because there's so much talk and excitement around it, and obviously like critically it was like acclaimed. So I think they're probably hoping for something similar here because this is also like a difficult game. It's very tedious, a very unforgiving game. So they're probably hoping that at $20, that people who have never played this kind of game, haven't played platformers, whatever, will give this a shot for the first time. And
Yeah.
$20 will do that. $40, that makes it more difficult to take a chance on it, right? So
That's fair. Yeah. And I mean, I'm curious to see how big this game gets. I mean, I'm not really one to talk because I haven't completed the original. So I mean, I understood it was a fairly, not huge game, but like a sizable game and it's in its own right. So yeah, I'm curious to see because I'll obviously play Silksong because that's part of the news is it will be available on day one on Game Pass, which is just once again incredible.
I was thinking Soulsborne as a Soulsborne
So
game.
Soulsborne. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah,
Our
which is like,
resident Soulsborne expert is not on the podcast today.
yeah, is it Katie or is it Alex? Who are you talking
Katie.
about?
Both of them. Either of them.
So I was like, you're talking about Alex, but you're also looking back towards Katie. So I was like, is it both?
They do both really like Soulsborne.
Yeah. I enjoy it, but it does get
I don't know if I've ever
frustrating.
beaten one.
I beat Dark Souls 3. What's funny though, and this is gonna sound terrible
I
for
almost beat
me,
Sekiro.
is that I like I don't know, like I just don't notice like the attack patterns that well. Or like Alex is like, it's so obvious. He's like moving his arm like 1 inch over to the left, and that means he's gonna like slash down. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I can't fucking tell.
Sometimes it's funny because like that was my experience in Elden Ring, kind of. Because Elden Ring, you start to get the gimmick though. Like in Elden Ring, it's like I'm gonna swing a sword. Oh, I trip over myself once. Nope. Twice. Nope. Three times. Nope. And then I swipe my fucking sword, and then you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
That was Elden Ring in a nutshell. It was like juke, and then actually hit me. And once you kind of get the pattern and the design of the game, it definitely becomes easier.
Yeah, yeah. My frustration was like and this is even for with Providence and Stellar Blade. Like they just have like that one move that like one shots you, and like it's so hard to dodge. And I'm just like, no.
With those
So
games, it feels like I'm like playing, remember Bop It?
yeah,
Like it's like kind of like Bop It. You have to learn the different things, and then you have to learn what your character needs to do when they do that thing, and then you just follow that sequence, right? And it
yeah,
takes maybe 10 times to do that, but
yeah. I crushed my cousin's 11-year-old daughter at Bop It because my son has a Optimus Prime Bop It toy,
oh my
and
gosh.
so like we were playing it, and then she like got like the high score, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking fuck this shit up. Like I beat her, and I was like, good luck with that shit.
That's super funny. I love Bop It. Yeah, yeah. So that's interesting. Yeah, I'm excited to see how good Silksong is. I know it's hard to like Team Sherry must be a small team. Like this is they said they were having so much fun making it that they just kept making more and more and it became
That's
a
what I
full
was
game.
literally about to say. Is that like because my
Yeah.
buddy's a big fan of it, and he is like, yeah, because I was telling him like the same thing. I think that it's gonna be hard to meet expectations for it, no matter how good it is. And he's like, yeah, because I told him like it just took too long. And then he was saying like, oh yeah, they just kept on wanting to add to it. That's why it took so long. So they just kept on thinking of new things, and which is great,
Not a bad
like
thing. Yeah.
you when you have the funding and the money, to be able to just be like, fuck it, we're gonna take like an extra 3 years, and who cares? Because we can do that. But yeah, I mean, like yeah, this game sells for $20 and they cleared 10 million copies, $200 million,
Yeah, it's almost kind of
right?
a
So
guarantee of their investment, right? It's kind of like, well, we might as well have a ton of fun, and it's probably going to be a better game for it,
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and the fact is too, right? It's like this isn't like a massive AAA that's taken huge amounts of manpower, like 100-person studio, and cost a $500 million
yeah,
to make. This game probably, like, salary of the team is like the biggest expense here,
yeah. It's
right?
probably a
And
couple million.
I mean, even if it was like $1 million a year, and it took 7 years, like that's $7 million, right? If they make $200 million
They'd be
on
lucky
this
if it was
game,
only that.
so yeah, I mean, even if it's 20, like I don't know how big Team Cherry is, but let's assume that their staff is $3 million a year. That's still $21 million. They $119 million in potential profit if they sell 10 million copies, just on staff. I mean, staffing at least. But
Yeah, it's
they're
interesting.
set up to make their money back like 3-4 times easily, I'd say,
Yeah,
on investment.
like video game business it sounds like gambling, right? It's like the movie business where you're just like praying to God that people like this thing you invested all this time and money into.
It's just so hard to get attention. I mean, there's fucking hundreds of games coming out every day on Steam. How do you get attention for your title? It's
These are the
tricky.
challenges that video game creators are facing today.
Yeah, and the shitty thing is, even when you have the success and people buy it, you're still not you're still at risk of being surplus to requirements, on a team or a studio or a publisher. It's a pretty scary time, because it just feels like in games right now for a lot of people that it doesn't matter how well you're doing, how good the game you're working on is doing, how talented you are, like there really isn't stability. Like like
Yeah.
like there isn't, like, there is stability, but it's for most people, but it's just there's just that fear that it might not be as stable as you think, or that any moment it could happen. So it's like adds a layer of stress. Like, yeah, I mean, if you look at the whole gaming industry and how many people have been laid off, it's probably like 10-15%, which is a lot, but there's still 85-90% of people that haven't lost their jobs. It's in our face a lot more with layoffs, to where it looks like it's like, oh my God, the vast majority of the industry have been laid off. And it's not, but it's still a big number. Still, it just makes you feel like, even though it's a, like I said, 10-15% probably, it just makes you feel unsafe for most
Yeah.
people. So I'm glad I don't work in video game video game PR anymore.
Development. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you work in an adjacent field.
Yeah, but everyone always needs keyboards and mice and headsets, man, and chairs and laptops. So
So speaking of uh video game adjacent topics, here Call of Duty is getting a film. So I want to know what we know about this.
I don't
Dustin,
know, like it's Paramount, which doesn't give me a lot of hope, right? Because that's the same people, like
I
overarching
mean,
people who
Paramount's
did
a big
Halo.
company.
It,
Fair.
like, it doesn't mean the people who did Halo are anywhere near
Isn't
this.
Paramount also doing Fallout?
Maybe.
Am I wrong about that?
Uh,
Here's a quote from David Ellison, chairman and CEO of Paramount, who said he's a big Call of Duty fan who put countless hours into the franchise over the years. The quote is, as a lifelong fan of Call of Duty, this is truly a dream come true. From the first Allied campaigns in the original Call of Duty through Modern Warfare and Black Ops, I've spent countless hours playing this franchise that I absolutely love. Being entrusted by Activision and players worldwide to bring this extraordinary storytelling universe to the big screen is both an honor and a responsibility that we don't take lightly. Okay, the players worldwide did not entrust you guys to do that. Nobody gave you the get go to go ahead and do
so
that.
I think Fallout is actually an Amazon Fun show.
Oh, you're right. You're
What
right.
about What was that? Twisted Metal. Who did Twisted Metal?
I don't know why I thought.
Twisted Metal was Peacock. It was on Peacock. Who owns Peacock?
Probably Paramount.
Who made Twisted Metal movie or show?
It's interesting. So all we really know is that Paramount's doing it, which really doesn't mean anything at all. And we just know we're going to get a possibly. It's just funny because with video game movies, here's the thing with video game movies: either it's going to be a 1 out of a scale of 10, or a 2, or a 3, or a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 and 10. Like it literally could be anywhere from unwatchable to like the best movie ever, because it's just how it seems to go with video game movies. There's no bar, truly no average.
Okay, so Paramount actually made the Sonic the Hedgehog films, so that is very encouraging because those
Okay.
are fucking amazing.
Okay, that's a few points in their bucket.
Who the fuck made Halo? Am I tripping that Halo was made
That was
by Paramount?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Paramount, right?
it sounds right.
It
But
also
which
says
Halo?
they're
The unsuccessful television show?
yeah, that's the television show. It also says they're planning a Minecraft movie, but the Minecraft movie that came out was made by Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So then maybe they're making a different Minecraft movie, which should be kind of interesting.
I like how there's like kind of like 3 buckets of video game movies. There's good, legitimately good like film, TV shows, and movies. Like Fallout. What are some other ones off the top of my head? Anyway, can't think of them because it's such a challenging topic. Like Arcane. Anyway, Castlevania. And then there's like bad ones that are just like completely not worth your time, like Assassin's Creed live action.
Which
What are
sucks
some
because
other
Michael
ones?
Fassbender is amazing.
Yeah, that's a real shame.
I've never watched the Halo TV series, but everything I've heard
It
is
was
that it's
pretty
bad.
bad. It was pretty bad.
Uh,
Many of the other ones were very, very bad. And then there's the third category. So bad that it's actually kind of good. That's like the old like Mario Brothers movie, like from the 90s, that was just horrendous.
Sonic and Mario, like the new Mario, are like I think like on their own tier of like really, really good.
Well,
But
yeah,
I
I
don't
mean
know.
they're
But can
making
you really
money.
count the new Mario movie that was live? It's not live action, right? It's just
No, it's not live
but it's a
action.
movie
It
of
was
a game. I don't
now it's
know.
all
Does
the
anyone
same
even give
shit.
a shit about Call of Duty's like? So here's the thing. I'm curious. Will it be based on a story in the
It's gonna
game?
be like Black Hawk Down reskinned. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing they're gonna do in Call of Duty that besides like, I don't know, like, oh, I remember that from the game. Like, oh, his name is Ghost. Haha, like that's it. That's all I'm calling it now.
Dude, what if it's actually though like a Call of Duty zombie apocalypse movie?
That would be bold. Dude, they go zombies. That would probably be a best case scenario,
That'd
honestly.
be
Even
fucking
though
dope. I don't even like Call of Duty, and I would be like, that's pretty that like if it's like a Call of Duty zombie land, like how fucking cool would that be?
I mean, there's like a zombie story. Like, there's a long story to the zombies thing, but I doubt they would use that.
I doubt they would too. That would be bold as fuck. That'd be so
Yeah.
unexpected, but like but if they're
Wow.
smart though, too, but like look at like how popular like Walking Dead and things like zombies sell. It really
Zombies
does.
sell. Yeah.
Like people and a shit ton of people buy Call of Duty just for zombies, you know? So but yeah, I would hope that they would at least make it based on some characters in the game, you know, or maybe even based on like one of the stories that already exists in the game, rather than just like, yeah, it
So,
feeling like
and trying to
a
remember the other
military
characters.
just like a basic military movie where they say it's Call of Duty.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. So, I mean, yeah, tell us if you're listening on
You know,
YouTube. Tell
you
us
know, it'd
what you
also be
think it should
dope.
be about in the
So if there's
comments.
a zombie movie, that would be dope. But if it was also what's their PUBG like type mode?
Oh, Warzone. Warzone.
Yeah, if it was a Warzone movie, I feel like that would also be cool. Like what's the Japanese
Yeah, like Battle Royale.
battle
Like,
royale? Like a
yeah,
kind of like a
yeah.
battle royale.
Like a
full of
Hunger
like
Games
soldiers.
Call of Duty situation.
Yeah, like I think that might even be
I
like
mean,
really interesting.
if anything, that is probably better than whatever they're going to come up with.
Yeah, like a military
Like
games
Maze
where it's
Runner.
like each country like has a team that they submit to the war games, and it's like a
Ooh, you should write a script for them.
I
Send to them.
know it's like this is all copyrighted fuckers. I'll sue the shit out of you.
That's so funny. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Well, we'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, we're going to move on to our questions because we have a couple of them. Thank you for writing in. If you do want to write in, which we really appreciate, and you want your question to be read out loud during the show, like we are now, please go to pixelatedrealms.org/ask or go ahead and throw those questions in the YouTube comments if you're listening on YouTube. Our first question today is from our question king, Ralph Ryder. Ralph, and this is a little bit old, so I apologize. This one's like a couple weeks old, so sorry in advance. I was trying to like space out the questions, but you guys wrote in, so it's, you know, we're trying. Ralph writes in, Battlefield banned over 300,000 players from a single week of beta testing. They are using Secure Boot, which is a step up from hardware bans. Should Secure Boot be implemented to all multiplayer games where there is PvP?
absolutely.
So okay, so when I played the beta, I had to turn on Secure Boot. If you don't know, you have to go to like your motherboard, like operating
Into
base
the
system to do
BIOS.
this. Into the BIOS, yeah, into the swamp. I don't know. I honestly I think it's super invasive. I'd prefer games if they don't like have that much control over my system. I don't cheat though, so I don't feel like I deserve that. But like I also understand why they need to do it because cheaters are always going to find a way. So I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't
I
really
have
think
no say
about
in the
the
matter.
security or like privacy stuff. I don't know what I don't know what it gives you access to,
They have
right?
kernel level access, right? Which is just a fancy term for like everything. They could see everything if they wanted to, you know. If they really wanted to, they could totally hijack your computer, as far as I know. And that's fucked up. I don't want you to have that option.
Well, what will be interesting is the first time that a scenario happens where somebody hacks the system and gets access to all these people's computers for their secure boot, and then
I
it's
mean,
like,
maybe I'm being hyperbolic, but it is a pretty serious like access level.
yeah, I don't know. My only thing is like, I don't like that, but like also like fuck cheaters,
Fuck cheaters. Yeah, exactly.
you know, like for me, it's like TSA. Okay, I'm willing to go through a little bit of extra trouble at the airport if that means that I get a more
I'm not
enjoyable
gonna
flying
like it.
experience. You know, it's the same thing for me here. It's like I'll go through the little, give up a little bit of freedom if that means that I know that there's nobody cheating in my fucking game, or at least that they're trying to do something
Yeah.
about it. It's
Yeah.
also an interesting conversation too, because the fact is, you know, I mean, we've talked about it here, right? Like companies aren't doing enough to stop cheaters. Companies aren't doing enough to stop cheaters. Oh, they can just like buy the game again or whatever, whatever. And now like they're actually developed a system right now, it sounds like, I'm not super well read into it, that they can like truly permaban people. And so it's like, at least without them like buying new computer components, it sounds like, you know, where it's like, well, that's, you know, like this is like a nuclear option kind of from publishers or studios. So it's like, you know, this is what it's going to take to get people to stop ruining the experience for everyone else, then so be it.
And I think the reality is they don't want to be investing their time and money into like stopping cheaters. They have to. So, you know, to some degree, I do trust that they're not going to be invasive because why do they have the time and inclination to do so? So, in general, I think they're just doing what they have to do, and I'm just going to have to respect that as the player. Thank you, Ralph, for writing in, as always. Next question is from our amazing Sunshine Sam. Thanks for writing in, Sam. It's great to hear from you. Um, Sam says, "How y'all doing? Haven't written in since your return. We appreciate it. Appreciate you writing back. Glad to see you're all back. Wasn't sure if either of these were on your radar or not, but I'm a sucker for indie or old school like platformers, though these are a bit different from their beautiful art style." The Eternal Life of Goldman by Sweet Caroline. Both are like hand drawn side scrollers that may have a hint of a darker tale to them. That's about all they have in common, but thought I'd mention them as they seem pretty cool. Any smaller indie games y'all are looking forward to this fall? As always, stay sunny, my friends, Sunshine Sam. Awesome. I love those questions. Those really brighten my day. I have not heard of The Eternal Life of Goldman or by Sweet Caroline. So let me make some context here for our discussion because I feel bad for not.
Sweet Caroline. Boop, boop, boop.
All right. Interesting. Okay, I don't even know how to describe this. Yeah. So I mean, that's awesome. I mean, it really reminds me of like the time of like the Sega Genesis and like the SNES, where these 2D side scrollers were really like king, and Pitfall, right, started this kind of journey of the 2D side scroller. Yeah, I mean, honestly, so Sam, I will say I am not an expert in this field of 2D side scrollers because they can be a really hard genre for me personally. However, as you've probably seen me be posting recently, one of my favorite games of all time is a 2D platformer side scroller, and that is Mega Man X. 1993, best Mega Man game ever made. It's a shooter. It's kind of like Metroid, right, where it has that shooter quality to it. So if you haven't played that game, absolutely play it. I know it's not modern; it's a little bit older, but it's freaking amazing. What do you
Freaking
think, Dustin?
amazing. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm not really well versed in the genre, so I don't have much of an opinion on it. Yeah, I played Mega Man when I was like 10.
These look
That's
really good, though. These are like really beautiful, like hand drawn, artistic. Like these look incredible, though. I should really play some of these. We've been doing a video game book club, so maybe I'll suggest one of them.
video game book club. Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, these are like very beautiful. That's really cool though. Yeah, and this one, ooh, narrative horror game. I just love like my favorite thing. Although this isn't answering your question, I think it is a good like thing to a good topic to tangent to. Is I just love that we're getting all these hand drawn like games now. It's like this very dedicated art, just like Cuphead, is kind of like the biggest one that stands out to me, right? This game where they like sat there and they hand drew every single frame of this game, and then you get to play it, and it just looks like phenomenal. I mean, it looks like you're teleported to like, whatever age the drawing was from, and you get to sit there and like relive it. And I just love that like video games have come that far.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You know what's not
Oh,
cool? The over
what?
sexualization of underage characters in anime.
Oh my god. Okay, speaking of which, oh my god. Hulu like recommended me some anime the other day and I was like, okay, like I'll check it out. Why not? So I click on it and immediately it's like this character, it was like it was saying it was a popular anime. And I'm like this character was like saying she's a vampire and you have in order to turn the boy into a vampire, they have to fall in love with each other or something. And I was like I immediately am like this is not what I this is like not what
I did
like
not
I
sign
thought
up for this.
Hulu would recommend me. Yeah, like this is the wrong target audience. I just wasn't
Yeah,
ready
I'm
for it.
just on Mercari and like some of the like I don't know, dude. Fan art just gets out of control sometimes when you're like, that character's like 10 years old in that show. So it's just kind of weird. It's weird. I don't get it. I love waifus. Everyone knows this, but that shit's weird.
Yeah, age appropriate. Yeah, so any smaller indie games y'all are looking forward to this fall? I'm trying to think of like
Raiders of
ones we've
Blackfell, roguelite,
yeah, you've been mentioning that one.
dope
Have
game.
you played it?
I have actually. I have.
Good. Cool.
It is cool. And they're technically no longer a client of mine since I don't work there
Right.
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I'm just excited
Now
for it when
it's
it comes out.
free advertising.
Yep. Yep. Check it out. Raiders of Blackfell, Wombo Games. Stage or
Let
lose
me
if you
see.
don't.
Hold up. Actually, I do have an answer to your question though. And I might have like already answered this before, but regardless, I'm gonna answer anyway. Because I think I'm confirming this so I don't say something wrong.
Sweet Caroline. Boop, boop. Dude, have you been watching K-pop Demon Hunter?
What do you mean? Have I? Yeah. I watched it.
Dude, my kid is like obsessed with it right now. And
I bet.
my cousin's kids are, and my cousin's husband's to me, and he's all like, "You have my soda pop," and I was like, "You motherfucker! Like, how dare you get that stuck in my head right now?"
That's so funny. All
He's
right,
like,
Sam.
Good luck sleeping."
Roundabout answer to your question. The two games I'm most looking forward to that are more small, like indie, are Run Tavern Quest. It's like an old like 90s like type adventure RPG. Really, really exciting. And then Dispatch. That's the one who's like the same studio that did like the Tall Tale games kind of things. But it's like you're like a superhero dispatcher, and you sit there and dispatch superheroes to these different like emergency situations. Check both of those out. They're both amazing. I got to play demos of both of them. All right, there still might be demos available. There is. All right, cool. So yeah. All right. Next question here, and I'm just gonna read it from Anonymous. Sup? Do you have a working NES? You gotta check out Spirit Halloween. They dropped a real original Nintendo game in 2025. That's insane, yo.
What?
I mean, like, is that real? Spirit Halloween NES game? Because Alex does have an NES game. NES, working NES, I believe.
Haunted Halloween '86 Spirit Edition.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
sold out.
$130 on eBay. What the hell?
Yeah, it's sold out on Spirit Halloween's website.
Dude, we should do that for the channel. Oh my god, thank you, whoever wrote this in. Babe, we need to go to Spirit Halloween.
But
She's
and
in
buy
it.
this game,
Yeah.
you know that shit is like hella never coming back in stock.
Gonna be $100. I mean, that's a little pricey, but yeah. All right. Well, thanks for writing in. I did not know that. And then the last question is not a question, it's a statement. Ghost of Yotai Legends announced, Ralph Ryder. So what is Ghost of Yotai Legends?
That is, I'm assuming, the multiplayer version of basically like you go and you can like battle people in a multiplayer setting. Ralph was the #1 player in the world for Ghost of Tsushima. I actually got to play with the voice actor for Jin Sakai.
My gosh.
So
I want to see like gameplay of Ralph, our legendary question giver and legend of the channel on Ghost of Tsushima, and I've never even seen him play it.
yeah, big
We need
sad.
an exhibition.
We can do a multiplayer session. He can carry us.
Yeah. I still need to beat it. I know.
Yeah,
It's
you're the
just
worst if you haven't.
that being said, though, you know what? There's a lot of good games out there.
The worst. The worst in the world.
All right. Well, that wraps up our questions. Was there anything you wanted to wrap up of, Dustin? If not, we're gonna sign off.
Yeah, what really grinds my gears is that for 3 months I've been talking about how the Dodgers pitching is going to get much better once Kopech, Trinan, Scott, and Yates were finally healthy, and they've all looked like dog shit the last 2 weeks, and now I'm sad.
Well, I think they've been great.
They
For
haven't
one.
been.
I don't know.
No, they have been objectively not good.
Are they on your fantasy baseball team?
No, I'm just a huge Dodger fan. I want them to win the World Series again, and like they fucking shit in the bed.
As a former LA resident, I would have rooted for them. Now I just don't care. But I don't say that because I'm in this Bay Area, and go Giants.
Wow. Bandwagon, fake fan.
Dude, they'll burn down my house if I don't. If they win.
It's worth it.
Worth it for the fun. Well, that's going to wrap up our Pixelated Realms episode today. As always, thank you for listening. If you would like to submit a question, again, please go ahead and do so, and we will read it. It's pixelatedrealms.org/ask or in the comments below. And we will read it on the next episode. Please like, follow, subscribe, all those things on all of the different medias, because we want to keep bringing you content. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.